Hello and welcome back to State and Local Government and Politics. My name is Jim Toot and I'm an Associate Professor of Political Science at Central Virginia Community College. In Part 1 of Module 9 on State and Local Bureaucracy and Administration, we'll discuss the introduction and what is bureaucracy. When many Americans think about government bureaucracies, negative stereotypes immediately come to mind. Adjectives such as red tape bound, impersonal, unresponsive, lethargic, and undemocratic are associated with those stereotypes. Similarly, bureaucrats themselves are often labeled as lazy, incompetent, insensitive, and power-hungry. However, most adults in the workforce are employed by some type of private, public, or nonprofit bureaucracy, and depend on government bureaucracies for a wide range of services provided by such bureaucracies as schools, hospitals, fire and police agencies, the U.S. Postal Service, the Social Security Administration, and so forth. Without bureaucracy, very little in the way of public services would be provided in modern society. In addition, the societal, economic, and ecological sustainability we need to promote all depend on the institutional sustainability of those entities of state and local government which endeavor to organize and implement government policies and programs. What is bureaucracy? Formally stated, the term bureaucracy reflects a rationally organized hierarchical structure and administrative process composed of professional individuals working in and communicating from well-defined positions placed within a coordinated formal structure intentionally designed to achieve complex goals with maximum effectiveness and efficiency. Bureaucracy is therefore a specific type of formal organization. In the late 19th century, a highly regarded sociologist by the name of Max Weber wrote a now famous treatise on the ideal bureaucracy, and this treatise is considered to this day the definitive definition of the term bureaucracy for scholars and researchers worldwide. Weber developed his thinking on bureaucracy based on a close study of many large formal organizations widely regarded as successful in his day, and he identified what he took to be the principal characteristics of a perfect or ideal type bureaucracy, that is, an organization of large scale that could accomplish very difficult tasks such as mass production of complex durable goods, the harnessing of energy of a mighty river, or the gaining of victory in an armed combat with a worthy adversary. Not only was it possible to accomplish these grand tasks, but also the goals could be attained with maximum effectiveness and efficiency. One of the basic assumptions of Weber's model was that the ideal bureaucracy could accomplish any goal in any nation, be in the production of goods or services for the private market or the provision of goods and services for a town, city, state, or nation. Weber thought of bureaucracy as reflecting the application of science to the task of building organizations, with science taking the form of rationality, as opposed to tradition, family ties, religious preferences, myths, sentiment, and so forth, in the design and management of a formal organization. The design of the organization reflects a scientific division of labor and a type of management characterized by the pursuit of effectiveness and efficiency without regard to personal favor or sympathy. Scientific division of labor is a careful analysis of subtasks that, in coordinated effort, combine to achieve complex and ambitious goals. Bureaucracies in this Weberian ideal type sense are composed of professional individuals who are carrying out specialized tasks requiring specialized training and/or targeted experience. Professionalism is very important in bureaucracy and to the capacity to build innovative, adaptive, and sustainable communities, and to promote the ability among state and local government public administrators to develop the plans, policies, and programs in their respective governments and agencies that facilitate the maintenance of sustainable communities. Professionalism first entails the idea that an individual who occupies an important position in a bureaucracy has gone through appropriate formal education and/or training that prepares him or her to carry out the duties of their position. Professionals require both appropriate prior education and training and a commitment to lifelong learning related to their chosen profession. Lifelong learning is the continual acquisition of knowledge and skills throughout one's life. Communication is another very important component in the operation of an ideal type bureaucracy. In Weber's bureaucratic model, communication was a direct function of an individual's position within the hierarchy of a bureaucratic system. Accordingly, the boss communicates down to the worker in a manner that is unique to being the boss. Workers may communicate to each other, but they take orders from their boss and do not communicate back to him or her unless asked to do so. Formal communication, both written and oral, and which concerns decision-making, is documented so that there is strict accountability for all outcomes, success and failures alike, and a record of activities can be carefully studied to improve effectiveness and efficiency. Finally, bureaucracy in the Weberian sense was developed to accomplish complex goals such as the mass production of consumer goods like automobiles or the establishment of rural electrification in a nation through the scientific division of labor. This specially created structure called bureaucracy designates the specialization of tasks and the careful coordination of activities using a hierarchy of official positions. The bureaucratic system uses official channels of communication where activities are documented as to who decided what, to what effect, and at what cost to the organization. Complex goals virtually always entail long-term objectives involving problems that cannot be solved easily or quickly. Do things really work this way in practice? The simple answer is no. While bureaucratic structure is easily discernible in state and local government, everyday work activities are a great deal more varied and complex than the ideal type model would lead one to believe. This being the case, is it fair to pose another question? Is there a better way to inform ourselves regarding the actual role of public administration and public administrators in the governance process? In Part 2 of Module 9 on state and local bureaucracies, we'll discuss administration as a system.